Hi.
Oh, we start this before we start that?
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Mom and I are doing another podcast. If you haven't checked it out, it's on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Play, and any other podcast streaming service.
We appreciate you listening.
And watching.
And or watching.
A lot of you guys like to watch it. We got really good feedback on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's nice.
Good.
Good
And
for me.
watching it on your...
On YouTube and in Facebook.
Oh, both?
Yeah.
Okay.
So thanks
Now
for
you
watching.
know where to find us.
Yeah. If you want to just listen to it, you can listen on Anchor.
That's how I consume my podcasts. I think both of the ones that I mostly listen to, they film them as well, but I use podcasts when I'm driving somewhere.
I listen too. I'm a listener. I have an AirPod in. I'm like floating around the house.
You know, I have... When I meal prep and stuff now,
Mm-hmm.
I listen to a podcast. It just...
It's good for your brain.
Yeah.
To take in
And you do
information.
audio or Audible books too.
I love them. I'm a big fan of Audible.
That's a big step for me because I love to read.
I know.
I know.
John's like, did you buy 2 more books this month? I get 2 books every month on Audible. It's like my treat. I was like, do I need my mom to buy them for me? Are you judging me for reading? I'm a
I know.
reader.
That's like me with going into a bookstore. I need another book like a hole in the head.
Yeah, me too. But at the same time, it's like, it's
Good
a
for
book.
your brain. It's
yeah.
a book. Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
We don't know what we're talking about. We're just going to go. We're going to fly off the cuff. Is that it?
Yeah, we do know what we're talking about.
Mom knows. Hey, friends. Welcome to Love This For Us.
Welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us.
I always, now I'm like, where do I look?
Well,
Do I look at you? Do I look
no,
at the
you
phone?
can
Do I
look wherever you want to look. We
Okay.
can look in deep in each other's eyes. That's usually how it ends up happening. But
Well, that's so nice to actually sit
I know.
in for 20 minutes or 30 minutes in your proximity and look into your eyes.
I know we don't hang out as much anymore.
We don't. We're both so busy.
I know.
I really take for granted those days when I would just say, hey, bring coffee.
And I'd
then
be like,
we'd have-
okay,
and
because
we'd
I
have
had nothing else
coffee.
to
I
do.
know, and we'd have coffee. And,
I know, and hang out.
Yeah, now we're both so busy. Although we're having family dinner tomorrow night.
We are.
Which is what we're going to talk about, right? Family.
Family. So I'm going to let Mom take the lead on this one because I've kind of not given the reins over to you on the podcast. But, like, you're really good at organizing. And I'm like, hey, you come up with topics and we'll just I'll fly in and discuss too.
Okay.
Because I don't know. I don't have enough, like, brain power to find a topic to talk about.
Well, for me, it was something that crossed my mind
Mhm.
and that I had posted on Autism Gram.
Yeah.
I've started for, I don't know if for Lent is a good reason, but I just needed some good input of content. Yours is wonderful. I don't mean that, but like I wanted to stop watching junky TV and things like that. So I was like, oh, I'm going to watch Parenthood again.
Yeah.
My favorite television show ever.
Mhm.
And we didn't realize when I started watching it the first time Pop joined me like halfway through that there's a big autism component to that.
Mhm.
And it's different watching it. It was emotional to see them get their diagnosis. You know, it takes you back.
Yeah.
And which actually, my Facebook memory today, one of my Facebook memories is
Ella's
Ella
first-
started Day at Bass.
Yeah, it's been 3 years since she started at Bass.
Wow.
I know. She's tripled in size too. It's crazy. She's a tiny little thing back then.
I know. One of my other memories is she's a baby, like a little toddler in Opa's arms. But so it made me think about family. Because the Bravermans, who are the Parenthood family.
I've never watched it, just so everyone's clear. I watched an episode and cried, and I don't do crying.
Did you watch the very first episode?
And cried.
Yeah, because it jumps right out at you with autism.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Asperger's is what they are talking about. Is,
Yeah.
You know, it was, the show's probably like 10 years old.
Yeah.
So Asperger's was more of a term and not so much talking about the spectrum. But anyway, what it struck me about was their sense of family.
Mm-hmm.
The Bravermans are a big family, but they're a family that were like, all right, we're going through this with Max, and they circled the wagons.
Yeah.
And that's what made me think about how we've handled it with Ella.
Yeah.
And what's interesting on the trajectory of that show as the years, spoiler alert, I guess, as the years go on, hey, other things happen in families.
Yeah.
So it is not all about
Autism.
Max's autism or Asperger's. So, which it's kind of where we've gotten to. In the very beginning, of course, it's circle the wagons.
Yeah.
What are we going to do? You know, now it's just woven into
Our life.
our life.
Yeah.
You know, and just how important it is to find your family that can help you through that. And it doesn't have to, we know, doesn't
Yeah.
have to be your blood family. It can be a choice of a family.
Yeah. There's
You
a lot
know.
of steps to the process of, like, getting a diagnosis and then coming to the point in life where it is just part of your, like, whatever, life. It's not just like we're the autism family. It's just like it's a part of how we do everything now. It's just kind of there.
But you also found your own family with your the vlog squad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There doesn't have to be always, because I see on your comments, and I get it, and I get comments sometimes on Autismgram about people saying, my family doesn't understand, or I don't have support. Well, then find family outside your family. Family is a feeling of love and protection. It doesn't have to be blood.
Right. I agree 1,000%.
And so then, of all things, I'm watching, last night we were just, flipping through channels, and we watched one of those, I don't know what channel it's on, Buying Hawaii or Buying Alaska. So it was Buying Hawaii. And this young couple was looking to buy a house somewhere in Hawaii. And what they ended up doing is building a house on the property where their parents live. In Hawaii, it's called Ohana housing. Ohana means family. It's completely, I guess, code allowed and acceptable there to have like multi-generational families.
I follow a YouTuber, Ellen Fisher. She's a vegan, and her content is just the most aesthetically pleasing content. It's easy to watch. She makes fabulous videos, and her best friends live like on their little stretch of land with them in like a tiny house. Like they're like that's how, and they homeschool together and do all those kinds of things. That's like totally normal there.
Apparently, and anybody from Hawaii, tell us. I mean, I follow a couple people on Instagram as well that it really seems like culturally there, it's a big sense of family.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What are you doing that?
Waving to Pop. Filming, going. Real life people.
Yeah. No, we've definitely.
And that's how we started our family.
Yeah.
Not talking over you.
You're talking. We've moved on from that.
No. That's how we started as a family here, is living all together. And I still long for that.
All the time.
You probably don't, but
I don't. It's not that I don't. I like living here. It's just this house would not work now for our families. No. But if we had a giant house with a compound.
Or like a giant piece of property with two separate houses.
We're very codependent. It's almost sick. A little.
No. I mean, I grew up that way. My grandparents were right next door. I think living, especially when you have a challenge in a family, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Special needs, mental illness,
yeah.
And then aging, just anything. I think that's
easy.
Culturally how we were made to live.
I agree.
Is multi-generationally.
I agree. I totally agree. And because Asa's parents, or his dad and his stepmom are moving close to them, so that they can like age and take care of them. You know what I mean? I think that's just like how it is in life. I don't feel like I'll ever have to take care of you, but like the reality is, as we get older, I mean, it'd be nice to be close by.
Right, and being close together gives you some respite too with Ella. Like you don't have official respite, but not that.
I don't really need it.
No, but I mean, it's not, and it doesn't matter, neurotypical or not, you want a break from your kid.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Totally.
You need parent time or whatever.
And she loves being here. I mean, this is like where her life started. She loves being here. It's like her favorite place to go. I struggle with the guilty conscience of like, do we do enough with her? Do we take her to enough places? Is she exposed to enough people? You know what I mean? Because we do come here, like on the weekends we come here, or like we'll do a little something, but we did just do Disney and stuff like that and the Princess Ball. So I try and like, I've been struggling lately, like we need to take her out to do something. But like the reality is we're one of those families that's comfortable with just like being with each other and hanging out, because we don't see each other as much because our weekly lives are so busy. So I'm trying to find a good medium there, as like getting her to do new things while also kind of feeding this part of her where she just wants to come and hang out and read her books and swim and
eat ice cream.
Do all those comforting things.
Well, and she has a busy week too. That's the other thing you need to think of. I mean, she needs a weekend. What will she say when John gets her today? It's the weekend.
Yeah, she'll be so excited. She
needs time off just like we do. She works so hard, harder than all of us.
Yeah.
Every day they're monitoring everything and counting everything, and So if this is her equivalent of laying on the couch with a good book or a Netflix show, why not?
I know, but at the same time we're starting to come up to making some more choices as far as schooling goes for her and stuff like that. So my feelings are, the more I expose her to things, maybe the easier that transition will be when it comes down to it, which I'm not going to be discussing that right now because that's still in the works and we're figuring it out. But we're definitely coming up on like a precipice of new changes as far as school and stuff for her go. So we got to figure that out.
That's where family comes in too, since we're close here. However that ends up happening, there's family support.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you see that with Priscilla and Asa, I would guess, with the JSA and school like that.
Yeah.
I think any of the people you talk to, it's the support of, and sometimes your family that's not blood can get you better, because particularly what you found in the autism community, those people understand.
Yeah.
Like, think about your grandmother. Ella was, how long has she been gone now? 1.5 years? Coming up on 2 years.
Yeah.
But because of where she was and how she was, Ella was still young enough where, like, she couldn't tell the difference.
Well, it wasn't noticeable.
Right. So in other words, had she lived longer, we'd have found that she might not have gotten it as much as we wanted her to either.
But I think Graham got it more than we have some people in our life that still just don't really get it, but are trying. And I think Graham, shockingly enough, got it more than anybody else. You know what I mean? She just didn't make a big deal out of it.
Yeah.
Remember? She was just kind of like, okay, like,
yeah,
she can come over and color and hang out or whatever. Like, she was totally fine. She just wanted to look at her.
Are you talking about when she was still living at home?
When she was living at home and when she was living in the ALF. Like, she just wanted to, like, look at her. That was, like, her thing.
Right.
Just how beautiful she is.
I know.
She was really good about Elle. I will say that.
And Papa will never know, but Papa would have been
great with her. We're not going to cry on this podcast, right?
No, we're not going to cry on this podcast.
I'm like woman time of the month. I'm like dragging my wagon. It's just, we're grateful to have such a close family. Like, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Because, like, in my head, I'm like, we should go out to, I don't know, 5 hours away and do something fun and, like, you know what I mean, to make content for the vlog. It's like, and it's not even just because we want to. There's a lot of things we do want to do and we do it for ourselves, but then there's things that we do because you're like, we don't want to just show, like, how boring life is sometimes. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's hard to find a balance of, like, am I doing this because we want to do it, or am I doing it because I feel like I have to make exciting content for everybody else? You know what I mean?
And I think the comments that I see, people want you to be yourself.
Yeah, but we also want to do more experiences with Ella. So we've got some stuff coming up this month that'll be super fun.
Touching my face, learning not to touch my face.
Yo, I know. Did you see that lady talking about it?
Gosh.
And she, like, licked her finger as she did it.
I feel so terrible for her because as a spokesman type of person, you live with that the rest of your life. I mean, and that's what not the rest of your life like it was some horrible
kind
thing.
of, though.
But I mean, you're a meme forever.
Yeah.
But we were talking about that yesterday at our group workout. Everybody's like, it is really hard not to touch your face. And the girls were saying, particularly girls, like, you touch up your makeup or, you just don't think.
I'm constantly touching my face. I don't, if I'm going to get it, I'm going to get it at this point. I mean, I'm just kind of like, and we're not even going to go down that road. It's to me, I'm not worried about it at all. Like, at all.
No, me either.
Like, and I worry about a lot of things, but this I'm not worried about.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
you do worry about a lot of things.
I'm more worried about, like, a stomach bug or, like, something like that other than this. This just doesn't.
And I don't think you should feel bad about wanting to just hang out and have family.
I know.
You and John are busy during the day running the empire. She's busy.
The empire.
And, she's busy at school, doing everything. So there's really...
I just feel like
Pop's excited about tomorrow night. He's like, he'll uncover the outside kitchen. He'll probably cook some hamburgers and hot dogs.
Ella will love that. And we just miss you guys. We saw you guys all the time. And then we stopped because it's just gotten so busy.
I know. And we miss you too. And Pop hit the ground running at the first of the year. He's had some travel. We were gone as the year ended.
February was insane. Like,
yeah. March is ramping up. Next week's going to get busy. So that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Like, let's spend some time together tomorrow. And then Sunday everybody can just completely get their life ready for
crazy again.
Crazy town,
We're always just busy. It's important to make time.
But I love the sense of family and community you've created around your channel.
Yeah.
People, you're easy to love.
And when I meet people, like when I meet the people, like my friends in Texas, or like anytime I meet someone, I just feel like I instantly know them. Does that make sense?
You've always had that. You've always had a million friends.
I can be friends with anybody because I love to hear, I like to listen. I'm a listener usually. And I like to hear people's stories. And I think when you are a good listener, you're a good friend. Does it make sense? So I feel like I know everybody because I read all the comments and I see, like, what they're going through in their daily life, and I may not be able to comment back or answer everybody or email everybody back because it's insane. There's so much. Ooh, let's not touch feet. That's weird. But I'm not able to, like, respond to everybody, but I read everything, so I feel like just an instant, like, draw to every single person.
And that's the sense of the autism community for that. I mean, I'm sure it's for whatever, challenges people have. But remember what I told you, how overwhelmed or moved I was when we got to the host hotel for Surfers for Autism.
Yeah.
Because you're in a place where everybody gets it. A meltdown is fine. There's no judgment. You expect somebody to come up and say, "Oh, your legs are hairy. You didn't shave." There's no filter, so it's not going to hurt your feelings.
Yeah. I had somebody who said, my mom thinks you look nothing like you do on online. And I'm like, okay. But it's it's really like, it's just comforting to be around that. And I think with the Autism Vlog Squad, honestly, is like, anytime we're all together, it's when you roll in a crew or a pack of people who get it, it just feels safe. It's like a very safe feeling. So the rest of the world doesn't really matter if they're staring, because you have like your core group of people who get it.
Right.
So you're not just like the only one there that's like dealing with something or feels a certain kind of way or whatever. So it's very comforting.
I'd like to spend more time with your vlog squad to get to know. Like, I've only met Priscilla and Asa once.
So we should do Surfers for Autism. I think we're going to do a few events this year. So
have I met Jen in person?
You haven't met Jen in person.
No.
You need.
I haven't met anybody in person except Priscilla, Asa, Abby, and Isaiah.
Yeah, you need. Have you met Summer yet?
Was Summer at the beach?
Not this year. Not at Jack's.
Yeah, then no.
Oh, she's an angel.
No, I think we're going to do a couple of Surfers for Autism.
Yeah.
And it was interesting on the on the show Parenthood, when they got their diagnosis, there's somebody else in their circle of people that they know whose child had autism. So those people invited them over and just overwhelmed them. You need an OT, you need a PT, and they're like, "What? I don't even understand these terms."
Yeah.
And they were like, "Welcome to the family."
Yeah, it's just
like we get it. You're one of us now. And the parents were overwhelmed because, once again, you meet one person with autism, you meet one person with autism, so the other kid with autism on the show is like more, it's an interesting portrayal of it, but was overwhelming to these parents because their son wasn't that way.
Yeah.
And that's the big thing too, is everything is so different individually from kid to kid.
But the same.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. And I imagine people feel the same way if they, I don't know, like if you're, heaven forbid, your child has some other kind of illness, people get that conversation and you search out people that have common.
Yeah, it's you tend to build like a nest. Like Zoe's mom's a good example. She like is in a group with, I don't know, I forgot what Zoe's syndrome is.
Sanfilippo or something like that?
Sanfilippo syndrome, which is heartbreaking.
I might be misquoting that, but it's something like that.
It's awful and it's heartbreaking, but she's, I know, really attached to a lot of other parents who have children with the same thing, because it's very rare. Right. So it's like, you tend to find your tribe. It's so important. And some people don't have a tribe, so I think that's why it's nice that we do have such a strong tribe on the internet. Like, all of us have different stories and different versions of our autism life. You know what I mean? So, like, you can kind of pick somebody to relate to. If you're an adult with autism, you're living with autism, you have Jen, who, you know what I mean? Or, like, I just think there's a really good dynamic there. There's, like, something for everyone, because they're all very different. But we all, like, love each other. So it's a good thing. It's very good.
It would be very interesting to have Priscilla and Asa interview the grandparents. I don't know what Caitlin and K-Dale's network is. It'd be interesting because it's not just the core. It's your core little family that has it. We're the next outer moon going around, and it gets wider and wider. You look at our family, you've got like Carol Ann, is always keeping her eye out, or always, tagging me on stuff. So there's somebody in the next orbit out that's like, I really care about your family, and who knows that she could be at Rotary one day and talk about autism, and then that ring goes out even further. And somebody says, oh, look at this Sensory Park meeting we're going to go to next week.
Yeah, which is exciting.
How many people will not even, just think of the opportunity as I begin to promote that for the city. What's a sensory park? Yeah. Like we talked about our sensory room at the event. That part of our events will only grow, and it's fantastic to see the city wanting to have a park like that.
Yeah, it's so exciting, and the fact that I can be a part of it and a voice for, autism specifically, and for Ella. Like, I can't tell you exactly what sensory stuff would be great for every kid. Right. I can only give from my, like, experience, but the fact that I can help at all is so exciting. So I'm pumped about that.
Yeah, and I think the person we're meeting with is like has gym equipment or a company or something like that.
But
look at Ella went to the gym the other day, and there's another whole sphere of people to educate about autism. And what I'm trying to stop, is I don't want to make my first thing of,
She has autism.
This is Ella. She has autism.
Yeah.
She understands that. You know what I mean? I don't think it needs to be explained until someone asks, or if there's some behavior that you can see somebody's like,
Yeah.
you know. I think we are way past the meltdown in Home Depot.
We are.
I hope.
We talked about that in yesterday's vlog. We're past it, but it doesn't get easier. As like Ace and Priscilla says, it doesn't get easier. It gets different. So like we don't know what teenage years are gonna look like. You know what I mean? It just gets different. It's not easier. It's just we learn to adapt better, and it just gets different.
And
that's
coping skills, better coping skills.
And communication. I mean, your communication skills are like night and day. So
hers, yes.
yeah. So she's able to communicate more to us what she's feeling or like what's going on, so that we can redirect before it gets out of hand.
Right.
She didn't have those skills in the Home Depot video.
No, and now she could say she doesn't want to go, or she'd say, "Is there animals there?" And we'd say no, and she'd say, "Well, I don't want to go."
Yeah.
That's what all that was. I think for some reason she thought there would be animals there, and we
There
just
wasn't.
couldn't communicate. Now we can say, and she says when she doesn't want to be filmed,
That's a thing now.
or even when she was here, it wasn't even about filming. She likes her privacy. She says, "Bye, Graham."
Yeah.
Like, do you want me to leave? Bye, Graham. Want you to leave. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
I get it.
she's on a not filming kick, which makes it hard because she's like the star of the show. So it's like the star of the show deciding they're not filming. That's been a theme for like the last 3 days. She's decided that she just does not want to be on camera.
She wants her privacy. That's
But
okay.
sometimes she does. So like when she comes up to me and I'm on camera or I'm filming, she'll like be on it and then she'll be like, nah, and like turn it off. So
What a diva.
I tried very hard to respect that part of her.
Absolutely.
Now that she's able to communicate that. But it makes it very hard to make content because the child is just like, she's a superstar. I love videos of her, but she just won't have it right now.
Well, she loves videos of her.
She does.
So
She
she'll probably-
watches it every day.
She'll probably get tired of watching you, and she'll want herself back on there to be able to watch it.
Let's hope.
I don't know.
Well, this was nice.
Yeah, 20 minutes. That's what we were shooting for.
Yeah.
You tell us what kind of time you like.
Yeah, you guys let
Yeah.
us know, and also let us know what you want us to talk about. I know
'Cause we can talk about anything.
anything. We're really good at that, and my energy will be back up after the first of this month. Like it's just, I'm exhausted. I'm pooped.
After the first of this month?
Well, after this week.
Okay, I was going to say we're at the 6th
I know,
already.
like I'm woman stuff. I'm just feeling like drained. I'm still getting used to this whole thing.
Life.
But I'm excited to spend family time with you. And I encourage you guys to spend time with whoever it is that
Whoever
makes
is
you
your
feel good.
family.
Yeah.
Whoever makes you feel good. Whoever gets you.
And if it's hanging out here in the comment section of the vlog squad or whoever, us.
Yeah.
My mom's Facebook page, Facebook Graham. Just
Autism.
said Facebook Graham.
Facebook Graham.
Autism Graham on
Autism Graham.
Facebook. You guys, we're always going to be here. Even if I don't respond right away, just know that I'm always thinking of
Yeah,
everybody.
we're very aware of that.
Very aware. So, all right. Cool.
Good to spend time with you guys.
Thanks for listening to Love This For Us on Anchor, Apple, Spotify. Oh, and my camera's going to die even better.
Oh, perfect.
And we'll see you in the next one.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah, next week.
Give us a topic you'd like us to talk about next week.
Send some voice memos in on Anchor, too. I like those.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Bye,
Peace
friends.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Today's vlog, because this is going to be the vlog of the day. I love that for me.
Glitzy girls.
Yes.
And
Brazee Bunch.
Brazee Bunch merch.
See you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
I don't know what that was.
I'm leaving that in.